Hello and welcome to this YouTube collaboration between FilterCopy and NeetPrep.com. Joining me on this broadcast is Kapil Gupta of NeetPrep.com. Kapil, thank you very much. Pleasure having you here. We are going to be talking about, and Kapil is going to actually give you 5 extremely useful tips on what to do in the next, 10 to 15 days, 2 weeks approximately.
14 days, correct.
Before 14 days, okay.
Yeah.
So your clock is ticking, right? For the 13th of September, the big day. So let's start with those tips, and after that we will give you some more gyan on what you should do and what you should not do in the run-up to the 13th of September. So we are talking of about 96 chapters in the entire NEET syllabus, physics,
Correct.
chemistry and biology. What should be the approach now, Kapil? Because obviously you don't have much time. You can't look at each one of those 96 chapters.
Correct.
So how should students do now that it's fairly certain that exams will take place?
So, Sudhir, as you said, 96 chapters, just the NCERT books, there are 10 books which students study, 4 in physics, 4 in chemistry, and 2 in biology. And somehow, if you get into the mindset that I have to revise everything, because exam is only so far away, it would lead to a lot of pressure. What we recommend to students is almost all the students, NTA has also provided through its Abhyas app, a lot of mock tests. A lot of students are writing mock tests. Mock tests help you build speed, but I do believe they also serve a very important purpose that they tell you where to focus on. Okay. The weak areas that you identify out of mock tests are the areas which should get your maximum amount of time. If you have been preparing for quite some time, you do not have problem in all the 96 chapters, and that should be your attitude. Figure out what are the 15, 20, 25 chapters you will put a lot of time on, and remaining things should just go into quickly flipping through notes or NCERT book, rather than spending 2 to 3 hours on every chapter. Just multiply 96 with 3 hours. This many hours would not be available. Better focus on weak areas and just keep moving forward.
Okay,
that is
so
going
that
to be the first thing. Correct.
Okay, so since you spoke about mock tests, let me take that to our second point. How much of mock test is good? How much should you kind of take in a week? Is there some kind of a formula wherein you decide, okay, this many mock tests are good enough for me to do in the next couple of weeks?
See, what happens is there is a lot of noise around it. It is like whoever you ask, you might get a different answer. My point about this generally has been that 1 to 2 mock tests a week are enough. And why I say that is, after a mock test, if you find out what are your weak areas, and if you have to, if you're planning to write a mock test again the next day, you don't get time to actually fix those weak areas. So in the remaining time, I would say in 2 weeks, not more than 4 to 5 mock tests, and spend time fixing the weak areas, which you will find out after writing the mock test. So not more than 4 to 5 mock tests in remaining 2 weeks to NEET 2020.
Okay, that's an important point. The other thing is, of course, time management. That's absolutely critical when it comes to the NEET. How much you're able to actually cover, how much ground you're able to cover in that time period of the examination.
Right.
So it's absolutely imperative, Kapil, in that sense that students should know how to move forward instead of getting stuck on one question or 2 questions which they don't know the answer
Correct.
to. What
Correct.
would you advise those students?
So first thing a student should understand is, if he is going to get 24 questions wrong out of 180, his score is going to be 600, which is an absolute safe score to get into a coveted government college seat. So that means you don't have to get everything right. Topper last year also did not get everything right. So keep that fear aside. Second thing is, this exam is 180 questions, 180 minutes. Just make sure that you keep moving forward. I generally recommend, the rule is biology, organic and inorganic questions, which are not calculative questions where calculations are required. Don't spend more than 15 seconds. If you don't understand it in 15 seconds, just mark a circle, move forward. Physics and physical chemistry, if you're not able to understand something in 25 to 30 seconds, mark a circle, move forward. But your attempt, your mindset has to be, I have to reach the 180th question. After that, if time remains, come back to that circle questions and attempt. But if you get stuck on a question, because how could you not get a digestion and absorption question right? If it is an ego fight, you will not be able to complete paper and you would feel absolutely guilty about it.
But does it happen, Kapil, that students are able to kind of go through all the 180 questions and still have time to come back and revise any of the questions which they have not attempted so far?
It can happen. It depends on the ease of the paper. If the paper is very wordy, 5-6 line questions, then they might not be able to, but that is okay. As I said, even if you're not able to complete the paper, you can get 24 questions wrong and you'll get 600 marks. But the bigger challenge that happens is if you get stuck. Generally people start with biology. If you get stuck, what would happen is physics requires a lot of calculation. Students have a lot of discomfort with physics as well. It has 45 questions. You require good 70 minutes to finish physics paper. If you're left with 25, you would do a lot of silly mistakes because you would not have had enough time to actually do justice to the question.
Okay, and while you spoke about mock tests, probably in these times it would also be advisable to practice those, I mean, attempt those mock tests wearing a mask so that you are kind of used to what will really happen on the day of the examination. Now, a couple of other kind of tips on how to really approach. One, of course, is the scheduling part, especially while you are preparing in the last 14 days.
Correct.
How should they really schedule their day like?
What I would recommend, Sudhir, I think this is very important. All of us experience this. We somehow get used to a body clock. If you would see your time, if you're getting up at a particular time, then typically 15, 20, 30 minutes here and there, that is the time you will get up every day. If the exam is at 2 o'clock, student has to be, he should not be drowsy at that time. He should feel very energized and he should be able to perform at his peak level at that time. So what I recommend to students right now is, if your center is not very far away, get up at 9 o'clock, freshen up by 10 o'clock, have some very light food, and then go towards your center, have a water bottle with you, have very light snacks before you get into the exam. Don't have very heavy food before the exam. You can't be drowsy even for a couple of minutes. Remember, 180 questions, 180 minutes. So I would not, if there are people who get up very early because that is what their grandparents and parents told them, not a good strategy for NEET exam. Good time is 9 to 10 a.m. If your center is not very far away, you know, within half an hour, 1 hour you will reach, because students also have to report to the center an hour and a half early. So 9 to 10 a.m. is a good time. No getting up at 4 or 5 a.m. I don't think that is useful at all with respect to the specific time of 2 to 5 p.m. for NEET 2020.
Right. And while you're preparing over the next couple of weeks, it's also very important to plan your next day very well so that you don't waste time in the morning thinking about what chapter you're going to revise today. Isn't that true?
Super important. And I was not thinking about it. I interact with there was a person with me on my channel yesterday called Aryan Raj Singh. He was a NEET and AIMS topper. And he gave this thing that I would sleep at 3 or 4 a.m. I would get up at 10. But before I sleep, my sheet would be ready in terms of what I would do next day. Otherwise, if you get up at 10 a.m., if you're not planned your day, by 2 p.m., you would figure out what to do, and then you'll feel the guilt that you have lost half a day, and remaining 14 days means you will get 28 half days. All of this is important, and this is thank you for bringing it up. This is phenomenally important that you plan your next day a night before you sleep. That sheet should be ready, stuck on the wall, that this is what I'm going to do the next day. Very important.
So you need to be your own secretary in order to plan the next day better. Correct. But again, I mean, having said all that, there is too much of a pressure cooker kind of a situation that has been built around both the JEE and NEET. And I think the students need to kind of take a deep breath, take a back seat, and remember, this is not the end of the world. It's definitely not, to use your phrase, not a do or die situation at all. They need to kind of think that, okay, if not this time, there will always be another chance next year, especially for students who have passed out of class 12 in 2020. So to all those students and to all the students who are part of your institution, you're basically telling them what? Basically to calm down, right?
I'm telling them that no exam is bigger than your life. You are 17-year-old right now. You have current life expectancy data. You have at least 60 to 65 years ahead of you. And Sudhir, you can tell your story. I can tell your story sometime. You don't know whether you want to be even a doctor or not. So don't fret too much about the exam. It's just one of those exams which you would not remember later. So don't fret too much about it. If you're not ready, that is okay. Try your best. If you're very ready, you don't know what is going to happen, don't worry about the unknown. Just be peaceful. Try and maximize whatever you can do in remaining 2 weeks. and just remain calm. Everything is going to be okay. NEET 2020 is not the end of the world.
Absolutely. I mean, and worrying doesn't really help. I mean, I
Correct.
think all the logistical details about how to get to the center, what transport to take, whether all the safety protocols, I think you should just outsource it to some member of your family, your parents or an elder sibling,
Correct.
and let them take care of it. You don't bother your head with all that clutter. Stay off social media for heaven's sake now for the next 2 weeks.
Correct.
Don't look at Twitter, Instagram, YouTube,
Correct.
WhatsApp, whatever. Completely stay off it. It doesn't really help your cause at all, right?
Correct.
So great. Thank you very much for your time. And I think I'm sure the students and the aspirants will find this very useful. In the run up to NEET, we will come up with more such collaborative videos, which will hopefully help you stay calm and give you useful tips on how to kind of make best use of this period before the D-Day of 13th of September 2020. Kapil, thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you so much, Sudhir.